Welcome back. You know that feeling when your relationship with social media just feels like, well, like a battle you can't seem to win? Like the only option is to just delete everything and disappear? Well, today we're going to talk about how to build a genuinely healthier digital life. And no, you don't have to go live in a cave to do it. Let's get into it.
And that right there, that's the big idea we're digging into. The goal isn't to totally disconnect from the world, it's all about intentional connection. We're going to bust this myth that a full-on, cold-turkey digital detox is the only way to get your focus and your peace of mind back. There's a much better way.
All right, first things first, let's tackle this all-or-nothing approach head-on. It's a really popular idea, right? This big, dramatic gesture of quitting all your apps, but honestly, it's often the very reason our attempts to cut back just don't stick.
So why doesn't it work? Well, it comes down to something called the rebound effect. See, when you suddenly quit social media, you're not just deleting an app from your phone. You're actually creating this void. These platforms, whether we like it or not, they fill real human needs for connection, for validation. So when you just yank that away without putting anything in its place, you're pretty much guaranteed to snap right back to your old habits, sometimes even harder than before.
Okay, so if it's not just about the hours you spend staring at a screen, what is the real problem? To get to the bottom of it, we have to look a little deeper. We need to understand the invisible psychological chains that are literally designed to keep us scrolling, even when we know we should stop.
So the first and maybe the most powerful of these chains is the dopamine loop. The easiest way to think about this is like having a little slot machine in your pocket. Every single time you scroll or refresh your feed, you're pulling the lever. You might get nothing, or you might get a reward. A like, a funny meme, a message from a friend. It's totally unpredictable, and that's exactly what makes it so addictive. You just keep scrolling, hunting for that next little hit.
And of course, we've got to talk about another one of these chains, good old FOMO, the fear of missing out. This is a massive driver that keeps us glued to our phones. It's this nagging anxiety that if we look away for even a second, we're going to miss a huge news story, an inside joke, a trending moment. It keeps us tethered, even when we'd rather be doing literally anything else.
And then there's the curated reality. Let's be honest, the algorithms are absolute masters at feeding us this perfected and often totally unrealistic version of what life is supposed to look like. It's a constant stream of everyone else's highlight reels, and being exposed to that day in and day out can quietly chip away at our own self-worth, making our completely normal, sometimes messy lives feel like they're just not good enough.
And this all leads to a really big question you have to ask yourself. At what point does all that content stop being genuine inspiration and start turning into a blueprint for imitation? It's that tricky, blurry line where your own authentic wants and needs start getting replaced by what the algorithm is telling you that you should want.
Okay, so we've kind of laid out the problem, right? Now for the good stuff, the empowering part. How do we actually take back the steering wheel? Well, it all kicks off with a really big shift in your mindset, and then grabbing the right tools for the job.
And that first big shift is all about moving from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. So instead of thinking, ugh, I can't go on social media, which just makes you feel restricted and anxious, you flip the script. You start asking, how can I use this tool on purpose for my own benefit? That simple change takes you out of a defensive crouch and puts you firmly in a position of power.
So here it is, your toolkit for making that happen. It's really simple, and it boils down to just 3 core ideas: mindful curation, intentional boundaries, and authentic engagement. Let's break those down.
First up, mindful curation. This is all about you becoming the editor-in-chief of your own digital world. Unfollow any account that consistently makes you feel bad about yourself. Mute topics or keywords that just drain your energy. And here's the fun part. Actively go out and find creators and content that actually lift you up and align with what you're passionate about in real life. Your feed should feel like you, not like something an algorithm built.
Number 2, intentional boundaries. This is all about creating actual space, both physical and digital, between you and that endless scroll. And you can use the tools that are already on your phone. Set those app timers. Go into your settings and turn off all those pesky, non-essential notifications. You know the ones I'm talking about. And maybe designate the dinner table or the first hour of your day as a completely phone-free zone. It's a game changer.
And the third step, this one might just be the most powerful of all. It's about shifting from passive, mindless scrolling to authentic engagement. This means instead of just consuming, you start using these platforms with a clear purpose. Before you open an app, ask yourself, why am I here? Am I trying to connect with a specific person? Am I looking for inspiration? Go in with a goal, get what you need, and then get out. That's how you turn a time sink back into a tool.
So you've got the tools, but how do you make these changes actually last? Because this isn't about some 30-day challenge that you just forget about on day 31. This is about building these habits into a sustainable, long-term practice.
And look, this is so important to remember. Taking back control is an ongoing process, not a one-time fix. Some weeks, you're going to feel like you're crushing it. Other weeks, you might slip up, and that's totally okay. The goal here is not perfection. It's about progress, and it's about self-awareness. Just checking in with yourself and tweaking things as you go.
Now, this is a super practical tool that can help with that. It's called your personal social media constitution. It's simple. Before you take an action, you define your intention and your boundary. So let's say your action is opening Instagram. Your intention could be to find inspiration for a project, and your boundary could be, I'll close the app after I find 3 good examples. See? This little exercise forces every interaction to become a conscious choice. And really, this whole thing is about redefining what success even looks like in our digital lives. Success is not getting your screen time down to 0. Who cares? Success is having more mental clarity. Success is having deeper, more meaningful relationships, both online and offline. It's about having a better understanding of yourself. Now that is the real win. At the end of the day, you are the architect of your own digital world. You have all the power to curate it, to set boundaries around it, and to engage with it completely on your own terms. It's not about running away from the digital world, it's about building one that truly works for you. So the only real question left is, what are you going to create?